Hello there, Internet. I am your host, Jamie. Welcome you all back to some Let's Play Medieval. We left off. We went through hell. We fought demons. That's it. That's it. Time wave. Was that a head die? Yeah, Big Chungus. Is that Big Chungus? I feel old. Yeah, remember when that was like the funniest thing on the internet? Big Chungus. Oh, hey, Death!
Greetings, stranger. I am the boatman. It is I who ferry lost souls on their final journey to the land of the dead.
He doesn't do that
But
anymore.
hold, have we not met before? Sir Daniel Fortescue, not you two. Thanks to Zarok's meddlings, I'm up to me eye sockets and lost souls who've woken
Yeah,
from
Grim
the
Reaper
eternal
does
sleep.
return in the
Business
first
hasn't
remake.
been this brisk since before they invented sanitation. Look, if you help me to gather up a boatload of 8 lost souls and bring them here, I'll drop you off at the sunken town of Melamede. How's that sound?
Yeah, part of me wants to try and make a new make my own version of the Razzies. Time with the timeless bird. Big Chungus, Big Chungus, Big Chungus. Big. Yeah, probably just some fat guys who are just minding their own business. Yeah, part of me wants to do a Let's Play of Undertale. I should probably bring it up right now. Yes, I know, Undertale is cringe or something, but it and Omori and Okie Dokie Lit Fam Club are the only trending games I gave a shit about, because, I mean, Undertale was one of the first, mainstream games to be inspired by Earthbound. Fuck. That's the actor who played. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know what to do at Comic-Con. Yeah, Oklahoma Comic-Con was small. I mean, yeah. I already said before that Oklahoma Comic-Con, I mean, it wasn't like they had some pretty impressive guests, compared to last year. I mean, last year they got Johnny Young Bosch, who, as y'all know, was, I mean, it's freaking Johnny Young Bosch. Explain who the guy is. But this year they got friggin' Tom Kenny and friggin' and Charles Martinet. Like, those are some big names. Yeah, she probably brings up in July 2022, like, was shortly after the darkest period of my life. After one of the worst days of my life, I actually, yeah, shortly after one of the worst days of my life. I went to a con with Huega and her father and my dad, and I didn't see any guards, but there were a lot of Danganronpa cosplayers. And I actually did buy something at this con. It wasn't a game, it was the Megazord from the Megazord from SPD. Like, I used to have it as a kid, but I lost most of the pieces. But I lost all the pieces a long time ago. It was a dark period of my life. I just wanted to feel better, to do anything to feel better again, and that included my favorite character of all time. And that meant, like, reuniting with, like, an old toy I bought, like, I had as a kid. And then last year, as I said, like, the big one the biggest they got that year was Johnny Young Bosch. But as I said, they got friggin' Tom Kenny and even Charles Martinet, and, I mean, Bosch came back, but also Kaja Tang and Steve Bloom, and I even brought up, like, on the car ride home, I brought stuff I mentioned last time. My dad I mentioned Cliff's backstory from Dead Rising. I mentioned before, Cliff is a guy who was a not Vietnam War vet who went mad after witnessing his granddaughter get eaten by zombies. Sorry, Big Chungus. Oh yeah, right. Even came up with the funniest idea for a PlayStation All-Star stage, which with my coworker the other day, and basically it's Shadow of the Colossus. Basically outside the temple where you're supposed to resurrect your lady. Okay, so I never played Shadow of the Colossus. I know some of the story that you're trying to resurrect your lady. I call her lady because the game doesn't really say what her relationship to Wander, the main character. But the general consensus is that it's his girlfriend. Is that it's his girlfriend. But basically, my match is that it's the Colossus with the club. The first one you see, the one that's on the cover. Yeah, I remember when they announced that remake from Blue Point. I assumed it was a port, not like a full-blown remake, but. But so. So as for my idea for the match, basically the one you fight there is that he, Wander is trying to. I mean, I don't know if I can make Wander into a fighter or not, since, like I said, I only killed like the first two the first Colossus. And I remember Digital Gaming actually, when they did an episode on that game, they actually got Jacksepticeye, which I always kind of was mixed about because, I mean, it's one of the biggest YouTubers out there, so I felt like it was just like maybe an unnecessary cameo. But then I found out that Jacksepticeye said that Shadow Colossus was his favorite game of all time, with Bloodborne being close. But my idea, basically, the Colossus ends up trying to hit the fighters every now and then, like with his giant club. As for the matchup, basically the matchup begins with a crown spawning on the Colossus' head, and the Colossus looks all confused, wondering what's going on. Then a bunch of certain beings. Yeah, it's the Fall Guys. Yes, it's the friggin' Fall Guys. The Fall Guys show up. Yeah, they all start shoving up, making bean noises. And they all keep trying to climb the Colossus, but he keeps trying to shake them off. And of course, some of the Fall Guys try to use Big Yeetus and or Thick Bonkus. Okay, when Fall Guys first came out, there was a character named B. There was like a trap that the game had called that they asked what the fans like what they should call it, and some of the fans called it Big Yeetus. Ba da 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 da. Where's the exit? Yeah, I won't lie, this is a very frustrating LP. I'm probably gonna play a game I want to play after this. But yeah, that's like they'll try to bit. But they end up but some of the Fall Guys end up missing the Colossus, and end up hitting the stage instead, and to extend the player. And as for how the matchup ends, I imagine a Fall Guy managing to make it to the top, but he starts jumping on the head of the Cyclops of the Colossus in happiness that he won, but ends up accidentally killing the Colossus. Because you don't know, the weak point they have to go onto the Colossus to try and kill it is on top of its head. Oh yeah, the creator sold to Epic Games because, for context, when Epic started publishing games, one of the first games they published, they showed off like a team of people, studios who they were gonna publish games for, and one of those published games was the guy who created Shadow Colossus's development team. Yeah, it turns out I actually still have a day off after all. Like, it's gonna be on Saturday. It's gonna be Wednesday. I'll have days off, but I'm still gonna do the one stream per week thing because I kind of want to have breaks. Unless it's like a holiday or something. Daddy, daddy, do. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, also I had a talk with Silahawk's Discord. Like, Silahawk was like, hey, you want to host there? Yeah, I might actually talk to him later in the future, maybe to ask if he could instead.
Alright, Dan, man. How you doing? Now then, have you got yourself a magic sword?
You?
What? Daniel, man, you can't go into battle against an army of undead without a magic sword. Here, take mine. You'll never have to sharpen another blade, or my name's not Dick Steadfast.
Dick?
It's not enough just to have a magic shield, you know, no matter what that soft, ticky stern card says. Good lad. Why, I'd sooner go into battle holding a tea tray than carry that weedy Gale's shield of his.
Yeah, and then, of course, another one I had, like, since I wasn't sure if they would ever bring back the Big Daddy to an extent Bioshock, instead of, like, the regular Bioshock stage. Yeah, I realize I'll probably turn off. Well, I'll update the PS4 and then I'll go to bed.
Years since you were last on my ferry, and you don't look a day over 400. Now, here we are. Zarok's magic has caused the lost mythical town of Melamede to rise from its watery grave. See you soon.
Oh, if you hear like a Windows sound effect, I was downloading some stuff. Oh yeah, of course, Donkey was happy because there was a Knack. I also just had a sudden revelation that Knack was in a way, the original Morbius. A game that people constantly ironically liking. Calling the great, like, the thing people started ironically praising. Yeah, Knack was the original Morbius. And I'm pretty sure Donkey is the reason that game even got a sequel. But to my knowledge, the sequel was like, people called the sequel actually good. Beans. Yeah, the little beans are. They also sing the praises of Big Chungus. Oh yeah, also another suggestion would be a Rudy from Wild Arms, because as y'all know, I'm a backer of that game, of Arc Fantasia. And I wanted to try, but that's where, as I said, my existential crisis happened. Oh yeah, I don't think I finished it. Basically, I was like having a mental breakdown because I couldn't find any games I liked. To the point I even started, and I really kind of remember this like really stupid idea I had for a meme for a. Jump in the line, a wonderful time. Okay, I believe you. But yeah, Rudy. Rudy's the main character of Wild Arms. Basically, he's your typical shonen main character, JRPG protagonist, amnesiac, and he gets he gets exiled from his hometown and not destroyed. That Doc. Oh god, I'm reminded of Yeah, I just think that the idea of a fall guy. Yeah, I don't know who Rudy's rival cutscene would be. I don't want there to be too many Japan studio characters because I just don't know. I just feel like I already like had an idea for okay, I don't know if I remember Destruction All Stars. It's a not great game, but I'm probably the minority of people that actually thought it was fine. Basically, it's a demolition derby game with basically these like over-the-top wrestler, WWE-esque wrestler characters who are all just basically very, very millennial Gen Z aesthetic. I just kind of wanted just to see. Honestly, it's just more for the interactions than anything, and the characters aren't like deep or anything. No, they're just caricatures. Like, one was Twinkie Ride, this kawaii uwu cosplay girl who, but it's kind of the mascot. The one I want to pick was this, this Exy was like this other bit more luchador looking guy. I can't remember anyone's name, but I'm picking him because I thought he'd be funny. Because again, I just want to see the characters interact. And I even like had a joke headcanon that Sweet Tooth sold off Twisted that Destruction All Stars was like in the universe the result of Calypso selling off Twisted Metal to some Gen Zers, some millennials. I was on there, the developers' Discord, and there were even rumors that they were planning to make that Twisted Metal reboot that I was talking about that got canceled. Yeah, I don't know why Sony would cancel an IP like that. And I'm still mad at them. But I just like imagine I just want to see like the more serious, dark, Sweet Tooth interacting with this over-the-top wrestler that doesn't take things seriously. It's like, come on, man, lighten up, brother. I can't remember if that's how he talks, but everyone was like, hey. And I already have my idea for Dart to be a character, but also Dart's rivalry be with starts rather be with Yuri from Shadow Hearts. And Yuri is the one that starts the fight. Yuri just being arrogant, being like, and Dart would be like, would just be infuriated by him, and oh yeah, and again, I heard Yuri's yeah, does anyone remember Sweaty Balls? Yeah, I'm watching a lot of SNL sketches for some reason. Like, one of my favorites is a sketch from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Well, basically, there's like a supervillain supervillain convention to show off their latest evil inventions, and then this really normal guy named Roy shows up, and Roy made a child molesting robot. And even the supervillains are like, what the hell, man? You made us. And basically, Roy ends up like trying to explain some things where he's like, "You built a sex predator." Yeah, well, I went in a slightly different direction, you guys. And then it ends like the. I don't think the writers had any idea how to end the sketch, because they just wrote the punchline and just how everyone reacts. So it just ends with this very, very confusing, like, that plug for White Castle. For those who don't know, and I'm one of the people that has never eaten at White Castle. It's like a chain of burger restaurants that only exist in certain states, and Oklahoma is not one of them. They do sell some of their food in like other in grocery stores in the states that they don't. There's a question why they don't expand or something. Like, is there a reason? It's like the whole Dunkin' Donuts California whole thing. Like, I know there's that Dunkin' Donuts doesn't have any restaurants in California. That's how Oklahoma feels. We don't have any damn vegetables. I'm sorry, any White Castles. So I just imagine like somebody like watching it, they were like, "What's a White Castle?" Another one, like Adam Driver, like pretty much every time that guy guest stars on the show is a host. Was like a Medieval Times restaurant. Okay, Medieval Times is like another chain thing that's like basically the whole trick is that it's like a dinner theater where they have like a bunch of live night jousting tournaments, like, and basically at this tournament, one of the nights who's Adam Driver's character was like had like a dark, serious backstory. But this is like a family place. Some kid was like in his son, a dad of his son, Kenan Thompson was there. Kenan Thompson, he pretty much he'll say pretty much any sketch. Like, I love that guy. Hey, it's 100 floor. Like, I think he like plays like a big role in why we all quote David Pumpkin so much. I mean, it's 100 floors of fight. They're not all gonna be winners. And he basically there with that weird like the only funny part of the Elon Musk Wario sketch. Yeah, I think people had a conspiracy theory that that's why Elon bought Twitter. We made fun of him as Wario, so he ruins the Twitter. And then SNL did redeem itself with an actually funny Mario sketch by Pokemon and The Last of Us.
I've got something here I can give you, but I've no idea what it is. Do you fancy a little gamble, like?
How many bows do you have? Alright, well, I think that's enough adventuring for today. Or maybe later. I'll probably finish this in one run so I don't have to... smoke as much. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. See ya.